Hello, guys, and welcome to the box, people. As you know, we have Tina. You see her every week. We have our series regular, Lulu. She's back for a second episode. And we have Chrissy, who is also back for a second episode. But she also did a conspiracy theory, so technically her that. But today's episode is about saving canceled shows. So I'm sure you guys have all had a favorite show that somewhere along the line has been canceled. I know as a fan that has disappointed me so many times. Tina, has there ever been a show that has been canceled that you love?
Resurrection.
Oh yeah, Resurrection, and that never got saved, right?
No, and it ended on like a cliffhanger, and it was a really good show.
Man, Lulu, how about you?
I have the show Manifest. Well, like
That's another good show.
Yeah, you get canceled after 3 seasons.
But the good news, Lulu, is Grey's Anatomy is still on, and we know you like
it.
So that's good news. Okay, Chrissy, what about you?
Underground.
All right, well, for me, if I were choosing, I would have to pick MacGyver, which right now I feel like is called Save MacGyver, because it has been this huge outpouring from fans to save this show. And I don't know if you know it or not, but I guess a few seasons ago, the show was also in jeopardy of being canceled, and fans got together. Now, this is before my time of being a fan of the show, but people got together and they sent in paper clips. And they did it so much to the station that the show was being filmed with that they were able to save the show. So lo and behold, now we move forward. And it is safe to say that most of you know, if you're watching this podcast, that we are fans of Henry and Cusick, who played Russ Taylor on the show. And that's how we all came to watch the show, is because he joined in season 4. And knocked it out of the park as Russ Taylor. And so anyway, then they go along, they cancel the show, right? And now there is a group of super fans who have gotten together. They've had billboards put up. So when you're driving along the freeway and you see those big old billboards, there are some of those out and about that say Save MacGyver. They have this whole campaign. You can go on Twitter and you can find Save MacGyver HQ, and it'll give you all the details. They, in fact, have a con coming up next weekend, August 28th and the 29th, where people are buying tickets and they're able to kind of see these interviews that have been done with some of their favorite actors from the show, the writers, and I believe the creator of the original MacGyver. So I wanted to just kind of give a shout out to these women that are doing all this work. Now, I'm really bad with some stuff because I do not know all these women personally, but I should, because they're doing a fantastic thing. So they actually have it under Operation Paperclips, Operation Postcard, which I think is what they're doing right now to bring attention to the show. So Mina Rosa 89, Wright's mom, Sammykins, Samron Hart, and Hellish Rose. I don't know who this Rose person is, but I love that name, Hellish Rose. And so anyway, but they have like a ton of followers already, and these people are going above and beyond to try to get MacGyver back. So I don't know. I'm just kind of curious about your guys' thoughts on that.
I think even the actors notice, like, the billboards in multiple cities. I don't even know how many tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of paper clips sent to CBS. The postcard campaign. They have activities that involve the Save MacGyver hashtag, which I saw today was trending in North Macedonia. So it's still trending in different places worldwide, which just goes to show that CBS kind of effed up. I mean, Henry Winkler did an episode on Justin Heyer's podcast, who played Bozer, and was like, yeah, we believe, because he didn't know either. He found out when everyone else said it was canceled, and he was like, yeah, they're talking about replacing it with a reality show. You know, just what we need, another reality show. When MacGyver had a diverse cast, and it was high action. They had love stories. They were talking about things that are happening in real life, in real time. you know, and
the
cast.
humor.
Right, and the humor. So you have, you know, MacGyver's Lucas Till, who's been in like various movies, including X-Men. You know, you have Justin Hires, I think he's one of the funniest people.
So funny.
Period. You know, he's been on several things. Tristan Mays, who played Riley. Levi Tran, who played Desi. Meredith Eden, who played the badass Maddie Weber. Like, she will put the fear of death in you, the boss lady. And then, you know, you have Henry Ann Cusick that played Russ Taylor, who was like this James Bondish, devilish.
Dude, loved it.
Yeah,
you know, and I gotta say, as an Ian fan, one of my favorite things about that is to see him in a comedic role, right? Where he got to be really funny. And I mean, I think all of us are always going to remember hot dog, right? Like the way he says it.
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, and Lulu even changed her name to Lulu Jenkins on Twitter.
Yeah,
after that episode.
Right. Yeah, and I just think it was fantastic. And the fact that Ian was able to go, one of my favorite scenes ever is when he's drinking and he's in the kilt, right? And he's messed up because like he's not, like he's hurt, but just the fact that he could do that, like the different aspects of human behavior, like the
and
feeling.
Him in the kilt? Him in the kilt?
Yeah, hello. What? Yeah.
Nice legs.
Yeah, nice legs. Yeah. I think my family found me passed out on the floor, but I don't want to say for sure. So anyway, but yeah, it was like such a fantastic show, so funny, so smart. And I do like the exciting things, and not to mention so many guest stars that were just absolutely fantastic. And they had a lot of guest stars. And can we just say just the fact that Henry Winkler was behind the scenes at all? I love, so Henry Winkler, Henry Cusick, right? Like those two, like my two favorite Henrys.
Hey.
They are absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Who doesn't love the phones, you know?
Hey.
But it's like, can you hit the show, make it come back? So anyway, it's just, you know, to have that, I mean, such a force behind it. So when I found out it was canceled, I was really kind of stunned. I had not expected it. And I think there should have been more of a push to really give those actors some really good meat to work with too. I think it would have been completely fantastic. And I do hope that the Save MacGyver, I do hope it works. I think it'd be great to see a lot of these actors back in action.
And don't forget, if you're attending this con, which all goes to help save MacGyver, you can get yourself a kick-ass swag bag, which has all kinds of things. We're going to link the girls' Twitter pages, the website, where you can get the swag bag, but everything these fabulous women are doing all goes back into the Save MacGyver. And I have seen so many shows try to get saved. I've never seen anything like this. And even the actors and the writers have noticed. And it's such a close-knit, like, community of people. And they appreciate it. Like, what, you know, you don't always get that. Like, it's canceled. They're done with it. They're still, like, they're liking and retweeting stuff. And they just really genuinely appreciate it. I think that's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, so big shout out to them, and so cool. So Ian will be part of next weekend. I believe there's a few of them.
A lot of the writers.
A lot of the writers are going to be there. They actually have 4 of the actors now that are going to be there, and there's another main cast member, not just Ian now. I just want to look it up. I believe I saved it, but I could be wrong. Nope, I have it here. So Tristan Mays is going to be there as well now. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, how cool is that? And then they also have who played Charlie Robinson. Emerson Brooks will be there now. And then they also have Kate Bond, who played Jill Morgan. So, I mean, it's especially if you're a fan of MacGyver, it is worth buying a ticket and making sure that you get to hear these interviews.
So I just want to say we encourage you to please, whatever you could do, sign the petition. We're going to link everything below. Do their weekly campaigns, take part in it, retweet, like, share, because we still have hope that it will be saved. Obviously, we pray that it is saved, because not just because it's a great show and the actors deserve it, and we deserve to see if MacDesi or MacRiley is endgame.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
And Russ Taylor was supposed to have a baby.
He was supposed to be a daddy, you all.
With Sophia. I want to see that treasure hunt, and I want to see the baby.
Yeah. So, dude, a baby in a kilt. Does it get any better?
So, yeah, please do what you can, whatever you can, and yeah. Either way, I'm really again thankful to Ian for bringing me to the show. I think it's a great little show there, and introducing me to some of these other actors and making all the friends. Made like really good friends. Patty Ann is one of the sweetest people in that fandom, and Sylvia, and there's a lot of other women that I've met through this show. So it's more than a show. It's a family. CBS trying to rip our family apart. We ain't having it.
Yeah, we ain't having it. We're sticking together. We will not be a dysfunctional family. In fact, I think I met most of you after MacGyver was on already. And that's how our friendship.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, who are you? How'd you get in here?
So final thoughts on MacGyver, Sonny?
Final thoughts on MacGyver. I think it was a really action-packed, fun, exciting show that I would like to see back strictly for that kind of stuff. The excitement of it, you never knew what the characters were going to do. But we do hope that MacGyver comes back. But Lulu, I understand that you have a show that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about MacGyver, not MacGyver, even if I love it. So, Manifest will have like 3 seasons, and like it gets cancelled in June after the final episode of the season 3. And because they didn't know it was cancelled at that time, like they did like a good end for the season, but like we don't know at all like the whole story, and like it's just such like a mystery. So it ended on
a cliffhanger as well?
Yes, like so bad.
Not just a cliffhanger. There's so many questions left unanswered.
Yeah, and like they just did like so much question again after the last episode. You have so much question, and so it just like it get cancelled, and like NBC was trying like they just cancelled it, and like the writer and the actor was trying to save it, obviously. So they did get in negotiation with Netflix at first, and Netflix said no a few months back. But apparently now they are negotiating with another, like Netflix and another thing. And they are like negotiating with the actor too for like the contract and everything. So we still hope it's gonna be sad, but we don't really know for now. But it's kind of encouraging. And I know that I did so a few times that there was like one convention thing that doing like virtual con with some of the actors sometime, and they like trying to save it too as well. Like every time they tweet about a convention, they put the hashtag Save Manifest too. So like I think it's helping.
What was Manifest about?
It was about a plan who was like it disappeared for a few times, and they like all the other people who was waiting for the person in the plane. Well, they did think it was there because the plane like it was missing for a few years.
Right.
So when the people come back, well, for them it was just a couple of times, like just a few minutes, like a normal flight. And so when they come back, they was thinking they was coming to their normal life, and like they are in their life, but like everyone has moved for a few years already. So like it's really like just awkward at first because like they are stuck in kind of the past of the other people, but it's their presence. So it's weird, but like so like with all the season we go through, we kind of learn how it's work and how they have to and how they can figure it out what happened in that plan to like know more, I would say, himself now.
Right.
It's a really cool show. The plane disappears, I think, 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like lands, and everyone on the plane thinks they're landing, and like the families get called, and it's like they're trying to figure out where they were for those 5.5 years. And then you follow each of the passengers, and you know, some of them are hearing voices and having premonitions, and they're basically trying to find out where the hell they were for 5.5 years.
You know what's crazy about that, like totally off the subject, but is that there's, and this is not our conspiracy theory, but there's this whole thing where people are like, no, that really happened, right? And then people are like, no, it was fake, it was made up. And now people are going, it wasn't made up, it really happened, it was covered up. So when you talk about manifest, I can't help but go, what if it came from that story? Like, it's a trip. And so, and then you'd have to be curious, because in 5.5 years, you got to imagine that partners have gotten remarried, right? That there's been kids that have grown bigger, right? Or I guess not grown bigger, stay the same size, I would imagine. But like, could you imagine, like, you think your child's gone and then you see them on a plane, like getting off a plane?
Okay, stop it. That's exactly what happened. So this guy, Ben, and his son, what happened was they got on a later flight because, I don't know, the flight was
it was
overbooked.
Like normally it was, so there was two, like normally there was one plan, but like it was overbooked, so it's like there was having two plans at the end, so they kind of separate the family in two. So one part of the family go on the first plan and the other part in the second plan.
What Sonny said, right? What happened with Ben and his son when they came back? The son had a twin sister who's now like, I don't know, 15, 16. And the twin brother's still a little kid.
Oh my God.
That's it.
It's Cal, no?
Cal, yeah. That's exactly what you said.
Can I watch Manifest anywhere?
No, it's too late.
You know what? Can I?
I don't know.
The show disappeared just like the plane.
It disappeared. It won't come back for 5.5 years.
Manifest can be watched on Netflix right now. It's number 10, I think, as of today. Number 10 most watched on Netflix.
How many seasons, Lulu?
3.
I'm sure they have a petition, which will let people know how to save the show. Why do you want it saved? Because
I want my answer first. Like, no, literally, like, they just can't, like, just stop the show, like, at the point of the stop it right now, because, like, we don't know anything at all, so we can't stop it. Like, you just can't stop a show that you don't have an answer to.
Let me ask you a question. Do you like Jared?
No. Well, I don't. I like him with Michaela, but I don't like him like just him.
I like how Lulu answered that. Like, you asked it in a way that, like, she looks so guilty. No.
Well, because he's such a conflicting character, and the main character Ben reminds me of Jack on Lost.
Really?
Who's like he's like super annoying, but at the same time he's necessary. Like, Ben is a good character, but he totally reminds me of Jack. We gotta go back. Anyway. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up on Manifest. Is there anything else you want to say, Lulu?
No, it's fine.
Well, now we're gonna hand it over to Chrissy, who wants to talk about a show that was canceled that she desperately wants back.
I'll give you one hint.
It's called Happy. Christopher Meloni.
Happy. I'm so not happy that this show has been cancelled. They were going to hopefully do a 3rd season and to do with Halloween, and it's as they normally do. It's left it wide open. You do not know what's going to happen, but thank God that Christopher Meloni's back on Law and Order, SVU, organised crime, so he's okay. But it's just a show. It's a crazy. I can't swear because you have to beep it out constantly. screwed up, out of this world type of show. And I need it back because I don't feel like myself without it.
I've got a question.
Okay, yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is Happy a show you would have watched if Christopher Meloni was not in it?
Possibly not.
Okay, so do you want the show back because it's a really great show, or because you want to see Christopher Meloni?
No, it's still a great show to watch. Yes, I probably would still watch it, but no one could have played this character well enough like Christopher Meloni.
Nick Sachs.
Gotcha.
Nick Sachs, and it's got a blue unicorn, imaginary blue unicorn. Who wouldn't fall in love with a blue unicorn? There you go.
Well, Chrissy, just to confirm, Happy was on Sci-Fi and it lasted for 2 seasons?
The 2 seasons, yes.
It was on the Sci-Fi channel, I believe, and then on Netflix.
Yes.
Do you happen to know what they're doing to try to save Happy?
There is a petition floating around, but that's all I know. And there's also conversations happening around on Twitter and Instagram, I think.
And Christopher Meloni supports this. I've seen him retweet Save Happy hashtag.
He's already for wanting to go back on because he's twisted and insane. So
Chrissy showed me and Lulu season 1 and some of season 2. We never finished it, but it's a really sadistic show, but at the same time it's addicting. And it's weird because it has what is that little thing Happy?
It's a blue unicorn, imaginary.
Right, blue unicorn. Yeah, this thing like floats. Nobody could see him except for Nick, right? Well, no spoilers, but
yeah, I can't spoil too much, but yeah,
for the most part, Nick. And he's just like this crazy. Oh, he's already crazy, and then like it looks like he's talking to himself, but he's talking to this.
It's hard to get used to get used to it. You have to get through the first episode. If you get through the first episode, you're right for the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts off insane, by the way. You are sucked in like immediately, like what just happened?
Is this the show with Christopher Meloni, Chrissy, that he was in prison?
No, that one is Oz.
Oh, that's Oz. Okay.
Yeah.
That was on HBO, right? That was a show.
That's a whole different conversation.
Well, I was wondering. I was like, should we put parental, something advised, whatever it is?
Yes, that would be fully smart to say that it's not a kid show with a blue unicorn. It's a little bit more.
This is a rated R show.
Rated R. I understand that there was another show you wanted to mention as well, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Lulu too.
Yeah, that would be Underground.
Now, who stars in Underground?
I think a guy called Christopher Meloni.
Who's that?
I think he was. I think he was on SVU, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I think so. I
do know that he once worked with Henry and Gaza.
Oh yes, a brief encounter with 2 episodes, I believe. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Lulu, what did you want to mention?
I can't pronounce it good, so I'm gonna try.
We're here for you.
It's the Society.
Perfect. You said it perfect.
Society? Yeah, that's what
Society.
So it was a teenager show, kind of, and it get canceled because of COVID.
I like how you say COVID.
Because it just but like it kind of just an excuse because we all know that if they really want the show to be saved, they would make it work even if there was COVID because other show did. So
was that on Netflix?
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
The Society, is that the one where they had the girl with there was somebody with an umbrella? It was a black and white umbrella. Is this the same show? I remember seeing something. There's a bunch of teenagers. They were against the wall or something. That was
I
the
don't think so, because this
What
one
show
is
I'm thinking of.
teenager.
yeah.
That
these-
like they go on the trip with school, I think, and they come back and like the city is like nobody's there, like no parents and everything, and they get stuck here, like in
Okay.
the city where it's not really the city apparently. But like yeah, we don't really know. We don't have answer either.
Right.
So I'm pissed off.
Lulu's all about those answers. I want my answers. I feel
Yes.
you.
Rebel too. Rebel just got canceled. Bro, you know who was on Rebel?
Christopher Meloni.
The iconic Katie Seagal. You guys know who that
I
is.
love Katie Seagal.
Okay. Nothing that she's in should ever be canceled. She is like, she was in Married with Children. She was in Sons of Anarchy. She is in Futurama. I mean, she is iconic. I don't know, man. And then what's his face was in it too. Well, Kevin Zegers. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He was in Dawn of the Dead. He was also in a couple episodes of Fear of the Walking Dead. He's so hot.
Andy Garcia was in it.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't.
Oh, is this one?
I did
Andy
Andy Garcia. He is so charismatic. I'm like,
You tell me a show where friggin' Katie Seagal and Andy Garcia and Kevin Zegers gets canceled. Are you like mental?
were Katie Seagal and Andy Garcia, did they actually have interaction on the show?
Yeah, a lot.
They did. Was it like
Yeah.
chemistry ridden? Anybody?
No.
It could have
like,
been.
That's
Yeah,
too bad because Andy
yeah, okay.
Garcia, like,
But just
I can't
watch
believe
the
I
show
forgot.
now.
I would love to
Yeah,
sit having drinks in a bar and him sitting across the way and just being like casually looking over. And then I'd say, "Have a good day." Like,
You're dumb. Like I don't. How do you cancel a show with those two in it? I don't understand.
Well, I don't understand why you get canceled either. Like,
Let me
it's
give
like,
you some advice. If a new show comes out, not only watch it, talk about it on social media, tweet about it, tell your friends, because these things are getting canceled. And no more reality TV show. We don't need it. You want a reality TV show? Come here on YouTube and do it. Don't mess up our cable and streaming services with it, because most reality TV is just garbage. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It really is just garbage.
Yeah.
And can I just say, when reality shows first started coming out, I still hate reality shows, but I was addicted to the show called Once and Again, and it had what was her name? But Billy Campbell was in it. I'm trying to remember her name. The actress is, I feel like everybody loves her. I'm literally clicking on the show right now just to be like, how do I pronounce her name? Cella Ward. She is fantastic. She was in The Stepfather, the new one. Anyway, I love her, adore her. And this show was fantastic. And then the kids' relationships were kind of even getting to the point where you really wanted to watch them. And then they canceled it so they can bring on The Bachelor, which I've hated from the beginning. I don't care if you're single, don't go on TV. So anyways. So that's it. That's the wrap up on our show today. We will be back on Thursday with a conspiracy that will be posted. And a big thanks to Tina, who has been doing all our editing. Thank you for all your hard work, especially because
No
I
problem.
tend to go over in my talking. So I now have timer set up on my phone, so I know to shut
This
up.
part will be cut, so it's my absolute
Yeah,
pleasure.
okay, but we still love you, Tina. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you for coming on again. It's awesome to have all four of us together.
Woohoo! Bye, Tina.
Lulu from France, Chrissy from Australia, Sunny from planet Venus. It's all great to have you together sometimes in one stratosphere.
You too, Tina.
Hey.
All right, you guys. Much love from the box, people. Please like, subscribe, and share. And clap for us once in a while. We'd appreciate it.
And always think outside
the box.
box, people.
Ow.